Welcome! Today I'm going to read For Cheddar or Worse. This is the 7th in the Cheese Shop Mysteries series, which I write as Avery Aames. I stopped dead in my tracks and listened, on full alert. A leaf fluttering in the early morning breeze. A creature skittering across the pavement. Footsteps. I whirled to my right, but I couldn't see a thing. Dang, it was inky blackout. The crescent moon had disappeared over an hour ago. It's always darkest before the dawn, my grandfather would say. Anybody there? I whispered. As if, I thought, as if someone wishing me harm would cry out, yes. Breathe, Charlotte. Doing my shallow best, I glanced at Rags, my adorable ragdoll cat. I could make out the white of his dappled fur. He wasn't acting antsy, which meant I shouldn't either. But sometimes the dark scared the bejeebers out of me. Why was I so jumpy? I couldn't put my finger on it. The month of May was a lovely time of year. The temperatures were growing warmer. Birds were building nests and feeding newborns. Tourists were flocking to our fair town, which meant sales at Fromagerie Bassett, which many in town call the cheese shop, were good. No, not just good. Booming. Let's go, I said to Rags and tugged on his leash. He was one of the few cats I knew that had taken to one. I think a leash made him feel safer. If only some big, strong person had hold of my leash. A breeze kicked up behind me. A chill shimmied down my spine. I spun, but didn't see any sign of danger. Think lovely thoughts, I muttered. Raindrops on roses. We were on our way to the shop, walking instead of driving, as we often did. What could go wrong? Maybe I should have put on something warmer than a lacy sweater and trousers. Who was I kidding? A jacket, mittens, and an ear-flap snow cap wouldn't have been enough to warm me right now. Something was getting to me. What? Then it dawned on me. It was the date my parents died. My shoulders tensed, my body flushed. Every year it happened. The memory of their deaths slammed into me like a thunderbolt. More than 30 years had passed, and yet that fleeting moment when the car went out of control and we crashed had changed my entire world. A sudden death or two will do that, I thought wryly and mentally kicked myself. Buck up. I forced the sound of screeching brakes and my parents' shouts from my mind and hurried ahead. I unlocked the front door of the shop and allowed Rags to cross the threshold first. Let's switch on all these lights, I said to him. We'll drum up good vibes. No wallowing. I roamed the shop, drinking in the luscious aroma of cheese, drawing strength from what I, thanks to my grandparents, was able to call my own. Though the two darling people who raised me were both alive and in fine health, when my grandfather decided to retire, he turned over Fromagerie Bassett, Bassett being the family name, to my cousin and me. Ever since I moved in with my grandparents under my grandfather's tutelage, I had learned to relish all things cheese. Prior to joining me in this venture, my cousin was a well-respected sommelier. He manages the wine annex portion of our shop. Not much to do, is there? I said to Rags. Before leaving last night, I had straightened the boxes of crackers and jars of jams on the shelves, and I'd rearranged the displays on each of the slatted wine barrels. Decorative cheese knives and colorful plates nestled among the crystal wine glasses. Funky and traditional cheese graters stood beside chalkboard-style cheese markers, all set atop a huge wheel of Grafton cloth-bound cheddar, one of my favorite cheeses when paired with a dark chocolate. Like Olive and Sinclair Southern Artisan chocolate. Rags meowed. I was pretty sure he thought his plea was packed with meaning that I, his human, could interpret. I couldn't, of course. I wasn't even good at sign language. Hungry? I asked. I took him to the office, his home away from home, and freshened his water and treats. Rags circled on his plush pillow in the corner and settled into a ball. Not hungry. What should I make for today's special quiche? I asked as I nestled into the desk chair and wakened the computer. Rags offered no inspiration. Maybe I'll add some secret item or spice that no one can figure out. Oh, I know. I'll make it with peanut butter and apples and a dash of nutmeg. I'll use a simple Havarti. Havarti is a semi-soft Danish cow's milk cheese, good for melting. That combo will throw Pepper for a loop. My grandfather loves trying to guess ingredients, don't you think? Rags couldn't be bothered. He was already snoring. Every day at the cheese shop, in addition to the vast array of cheeses we peddled, we offered slices of quiche or specialty sandwiches. When the items sold out, we didn't make more. We weren't trying to compete with the country kitchen diner across the street. We just wanted our customers to feel they had plenty of time to browse the shop. If they cared to, they could slip into the wine annex and eat their items at one of the mosaic inlaid cafe tables. I clicked on the email icon and reviewed all the entries. A couple of orders topped the list. There was also an email from Jordan, my husband of 3 months. Subject, I adore you. He sent the note a half hour after I left home, our home. We were in the process of making it ours. We were revamping some of the bedrooms by repainting and switching out the window coverings. We were also upgrading the kitchen. We had ordered new appliances. Jordan loves to cook. So do I. I typed a quick response, love you too, and I headed to the kitchen at the back of the shop. Thank you for joining in on this reading. I hope you enjoyed For Cheddar or Worse. If you're interested in learning more about the book, go to the website below, go to the links below, and you can read more about all of the Cheese Shop Mystery Series that I write as Avery Aames, as well as the Cookbook Nook Mysteries that I write as Daryl Wood Gerber. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.